You know, I love food and I love cooking. And today's recipe has brought so much joy, not just to me, but so many others. It was my signature flavor at my cupcake shop in Chicago. As well, it was the first thing I ever baked that came out delicious. I'm so happy to share with you my recipe for red velvet cupcakes. We take basic cake ingredients and dump them into a bowl. We start with vegetable oil instead of butter and buttermilk instead of whole milk. We add in red food coloring and cocoa powder that give the cupcakes their distinctive look. The whole thing gets topped with a delicious cream cheese frosting that has only 4 ingredients. This is really the perfect red velvet cupcake. And of course, everything we do, you know, it's gotta be simple, it's gotta be easy, delicious, and just good food. So let's get started, all right? I'm so excited to be sharing this recipe with you guys. Typically, I don't really, share this type of recipe because, it's one of my signature recipes. But I figure, hey, like Patti LaBelle, when you've been blessed, pass it on. All right. So I am going to make for you probably one of the most coveted recipes that I have today. This is my signature red velvet cupcake. It's super easy to do, and even if you're not a baker, you can do it. All right. So I've got some sugar, right? A little bit of vegetable oil instead of butter. Why, you ask? Because the vegetable oil is going to give us a nice, moist cake, and it's going to be super delicious, all right? And I'm going to add in some buttermilk, right? Just like that. All right, good. So that's a cup and a half of delicious buttermilk. And I'm gonna give this a stir, all right, just like that. So the idea is to really get everything nice and incorporated, but this is an easy batter, okay? So don't feel intimidated, like, oh my God. Like, it's not that difficult to do. A quick stir, and even if you're not a baker, you can do this, all right? Now, I'm giving you this recipe. Please, we have to make a vow together. No more box cake mixes, y'all, okay? You gotta try this out, all right? Very simple, all right? So to the addition now, we're gonna crack in 2 eggs, just right in, just like that. So there's 1 egg, there's 2 eggs, right? And what gives this, its red flavor, this red color, is gonna be some red food coloring. Who knew, right? I'm gonna chop in a little bit of vanilla, just like that. About a good tablespoon and a half, and I'm gonna give this a stir. All right, so that's really well incorporated, just the way we want it, right? And a couple more things, a little bit of salt. That's gonna help bring out some of the natural flavors that are gonna be in the chocolate, right? It's always good to have a little salt, get a little salty. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of baking soda to help with our rise. So I'm gonna get that incorporated first. And then I just got 2 more ingredients. Hello, and we're done, right? So I'm gonna add in the cocoa powder. Now, this is unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm just dropping it right in, just like that, right? And then to this is I'm gonna add in our flour. So I'm gonna add in our 2 cups of just all-purpose flour, right in, just like that. All right, so there's 1. Right, and then there's 2, and I want to give it a stir. All right, so now that we've got everything incorporated, I told you, a couple of ingredients, that's all you need. This smells heavenly. I smell the chocolate, it's that nice red color. So now is the tricky part. So I've got a dish here. My oven's already preheated to 350 degrees, the magic number, right? And I'm gonna pour and make a mess, but it's okay because we're baking. I'm gonna pour in some of the batter, just like that. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop in, pour it into our cups. so we got our red velvet cupcakes all poured. I'm gonna drop this into an oven that's preheated for 350 degrees. All right, so while we have our cupcakes in the oven doing some fantastic cupcake things, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to make this delicious cream cheese frosting that's super simple to make, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop in 2 packages of cream cheese, right? Just like that. There's 1. There you go. All right, so I've got my cream cheese in. We're gonna add some sugar to this because we are making an icing or frosting. All right, and I'm gonna cream these 2 together. The cream cheese and the sugar have creamed together. I'm gonna go ahead and then toss in some of our vanilla. All right, so now that we got our vanilla in, I'm just gonna give this a stir. I'm gonna start, and then I've got some heavy cream here that's ice cold. So as this begins to incorporate and our vanilla's here, I can smell it, smells very fragrant. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop in this heavy cream, stream it in, and what we're gonna end up with is this just amazing, luscious, delicious cream cheese frosting. All right, just like that. I mean, this is nice and luscious and thick. Just the way a cream cheese frosting should be. That's gonna be perfect. Let me give this a taste. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna put the frosting on just like that. Frosting, icing, it doesn't matter, right? Very simple. You saw what we did, a couple of ingredients to make like the perfect red velvet cupcake, right? So I'm gonna get in here. The buttermilk is gonna make it nice and moist. I'm so excited. We didn't use butter, we used oil to maintain some of the moistness. And I'm gonna go in for a little bite just like this. Perfect. Chocolatey. Great balance with the cream cheese. This is exactly what a red velvet cupcake should be. Listen, this recipe, you must try it. I'm so happy to share it with you. It's gonna be on my website. It's www.dariuscooks.com. 2 things I gotta tell you. Food is my life. Life is my food. Until next time, I wanna wish you happy cooking from my heart